We need to look at, okay, so what do I do and how can I translate this into helping the community? Okay, so let's say you're a housekeeper. You're like, Carter, all I do, I vacuum, I clean people's windows and behind the refrigerator. What is that really doing for others? Well, let's think about it. So you go and you create these beautiful spaces. You give people margin in their minds so that when they come home, they're a little bit more soft. They're a little bit more at peace. I don't think that you're just a housekeeper. I think that you're a peace bringer. That's what Jesus has really sent you to do. We say, Carter, I'm just a nanny. I don't see how this helps. All I'm doing is like changing diapers and wiping noses all day. Well, you are, but don't forget the fact that you are pouring in. You have a lot of influence to pour in virtue into young lives that will echo for the next several decades. You get to miracle grow that little plant. Maybe you're not just a nanny. Maybe you're a future shaper. Probably about 6 years ago, I was coming home. I was bivocational pastor at that point. I had a non-church job and I was a pastor of a church at that time. And I'm driving home and it was about 5:45 and I go to stop off at the Haynesville Starbucks there on 120. And it's cold outside and icy. It was this time of year. It was a lot like the weather we've had recently. And I'd just been beat up, just under a lot of stress. It's stressful to do those jobs and just the thorns of what work is. And my heart was just, what is the point? Like, this is so hard. And at the end of the day, you're drained anyway, and you're just kind of all out. So I'm like, I'll just get a mocha. So I stop over at Starbucks and I order the mocha, and then I pull up, to the window. And this barista, she didn't know me. And she wasn't flirting or anything. She wasn't doing anything wrong. But she looks me in the eye and she passes this mocha to me. And she just says, tough day, huh? Be strong out there. And guys, there was something in me that was breaking. There was something that was melting. Because here's this girl, I don't know, I'm like the 500th car in her line that day. But she's doing something human. And she's reminding me, maybe it matters what I do. Maybe it makes a difference. Maybe there's really still people out here and not just everybody's angry about everything. I was just one guy in her life in that moment, but she used that moment to say, here, like I see that you're a human. And you matter, and so all I have is this stupid mocha that you paid for, but I'm just gonna give it to you in such a way that you understand, hey man, you can make it. I wonder what it would be like if we just all started to see the people around us and said, it's not about me, and it's not about my agenda, it's about the community, it's about what I bring to the other lives around me. I wonder. Bob Goff says every act of selfless love is a declaration of faith. And I think he's right. So work is always significant, and work is focused on the community. We're going to skip over number 3, and we're going to land on number 4. Work is a sign hidden in plain sight. It's a sign hidden, a sign of the kingdom of Jesus Christ hidden in plain sight. Let's jump over to the book of Proverbs. There's this, it's a little strange if you're not familiar with it. There's this personification of wisdom. God's representing wisdom as this woman who stands in the town square, and she begins to shout to everybody, hey, you people who don't know wisdom, hey, you people who are doing foolishness, look to me and I will teach you the right way. I will help your life. And the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. I want you to notice the places she is. Let's look at this. Proverbs 8:1. Listen as wisdom calls out. Hear as understanding raises her voice. On the hilltop along the road, she takes her stand at the crossroads, by the gates at the entrance of the town. On the road leading in, she cries aloud, I call to you, to all of you. I raise my voice to all the people. Where is she? She's at the crossroads. She's in the town square. Where is she? She's right in the center of commerce, right in the center of social life. She's also at the gates. This is like the justice system. This is where the elders of the community meet to decide things. She's not hidden. She's right there in the middle of everybody's coming and going. And she calls out, you, hey, pay attention. I have a message for you. I will teach you. My arms are wide open. And the beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. Can I encourage you that you, in the role you're in right now, wherever you are, maybe you're a student, maybe you're at your first job, maybe you're getting along in your career, maybe now you're retired and you just have these different places that you go where you're plugged in. Wherever you are, God knows how to get glory for himself, and he's placed you right there so that you can be a sign and a wonder to say, you who, come this way, look at Jesus, look at his ways, look how wise he is, look how adoring he is, look how fantastic and forgiving he is. And they look at your life. And it's not that you're Bible thumping, slapping everybody upside the head with a devotional. You're not walking into the meeting like, hey, who wants to get saved today? That's not what you're doing, but you're representing a wise life, a forgiven life, a life of excellence, a life of integrity. And yes, you're not gossiping. You're not participating in that. You're certainly not foolish enough to walk around pretending you're holier than thou. But what you are doing is you're being winsome. You're listening to people so that when they encounter you, they'll just say, hey man, so what's your deal, sweetheart? What's going on with you? You say, I don't know. I just live my faith. I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm not ashamed of that. I'm not trying to slap anybody with it, but it's a real thing. And it is a sign to the rest of the world. Hey, when you're ready, Jesus is a handshake away. He's right here. And it's not that maybe you wouldn't have the Bible study, or maybe you would have the prayer meeting. I'm not saying, as God would lead anybody that way, but whatever it is, at the very least, you're saying, I'm going to be the very best manager that these people have ever seen, because my God is a God of excellence, and he's a God of virtue, and a God of character, and I'm going to stand in my little town square and say, I love you, I'm on your side, I was sent into this dark, dank place, that's how some of us see our jobs, and I'm the one light that is here with a smile, not to bemoan it. What if God is honoring you just by having you there? Because you're his one opportunity in that particular little location that people might find out about Jesus Christ. And some of us, I know what it's like. I know some of us, you're like, I don't even know what I'm doing there, Carter. Like I want to do some of the God stuff. I feel like that's the significant stuff, and I got to do all this dumb stuff over here. I wish I was one of these minister people, or I wish I was doing church things for a living. The awesome thing about you being a sign and a wonder exactly where you are is that you no longer have to compare yourself to anybody else. You don't have to be the pastor. You don't have to be the preacher, because God has strategically placed you right where you are to do the work that you're supposed to do in your context. You are a mission. You are a message from God to the people around you. Somebody say, take the pressure off.